The true beginning, true roots of Easter. Easter is celebrated by Christians and it is done to honor the day Jesus was supposedly resurrected from the dead. Easter began as a pagan holiday and has evolved and was adopted by Christians. Now, I am going to back this up at the end of the video. I'm going to show where in Google, oh, it's simple. It's a simple search on Google. And by the way, unfortunately, I have to say this because if not, the video will be taken down. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is satire. We're doing this for fun. Don't take any of this serious. But I personally take all my information very serious. And do your research, and you'll see that this is the truth. Unfortunately, I have to say that so that way they don't take down my video. Easter was derived from Ishtar and was a day to honor one of the deities that rose from the dead that day. This deity was named Tammuz, and within the pagan religion, Tammuz was the son of the sun and the moon. Now we have to keep in mind that oftentimes these ancient writings have characters that don't literally mean a character, a real person. It could represent a group that's being controlled or a controlling group, or it can mean an era. So we got to keep that in mind. But this celebration started from Tammuz, the son of Ishtar, the birth of Tammuz. Once you research the pagan religion, you discover that Christianity is another version of the same religion, same pagan religion, except it has different lipstick, different name. The dates and the stories are all the same. The characters and their holidays are literally all the same. Right now we're talking about Easter. This was more just misdirection to have Christian followers worship pagan gods. They wanted them to convert. A nice, easy transition. It was a change in the names of the religion and characters, but the believers worshipped energy would be directed to the same place, Nimrod. So it's literally just don't worry, worship this other thing that we're saying that the name is Easter, but the energy, your energy, your prayers are going to Nimrod. Negative entities would be the ones enjoying the energy of the people worshiping them, right? It's all about energy, frequency, lower vibration. When Nimrod died, his wife Semiramis told the people that Nimrod ascended to the sun and now would be called Baal, the sun god. Baal would be the entity that all religious followers would blindly be worshiping. When we see the sun on religious figures' portraits or on logos, it is in honor of Baal, the sun god. And it also represents illuminated knowledge because this entity is bringing forth illuminated knowledge. Okay, so I'm reading and also adding to it, right? Often in portraits of these religious figures, you can see the halo of the sun in the background over their head, exactly behind their head. This is really a portrait in honor of the sun god, and we already discussed what it represents. And this is an example of it right here. You can see Kronos with you see this with the rays in the background. It's all symbolic. You see many pictures like this. You can see here also the rays. Here, another example of rays. Another example of the sun illuminated. Sun worshiping. There's a simple search on Jesus. There's literally top images that came up. They all show this sun, literally all worshiping the pagan religion. All right, let's go back into it. Semiramis claimed that she came down to earth in a giant moon egg, and she became known as Ishtar, which later was pronounced Easter. And it's spelled differently. We're going to look at it. Her moon egg ship became known as Ishtar's egg. This is where the egg theme originated and is the connection to modern day Easter eggs. It also represents fertility. Ishtar became pregnant, and she said that Baal was the one that got her pregnant. Let's keep going. Ishtar gave birth to her son, and his name was Tammuz. Ishtar's son Tammuz. This is representative of fertility and sex because of the birth, right? We want to be fertile. And again, this is I'm not saying that this is literal people. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. This is just literally what they wrote and why Easter started, right? That's a video for another day. Pagan worshippers were instructed to take this day to reflect on sacred teachings and to worship Baal. This would be done on the first Sunday following the first full moon after the spring equinox. This day at first was known as Ishtar Sunday and was celebrated by meditating on Baal and with the eggs and rabbits, okay, all of that fertility, all that stuff. As you can see here, Easter has nothing to do with the resurrection of Christ. This was before all of that, before they started even indoctrinating people about Easter and the celebration and stuff. With minimal time and effort, the true history of Easter can be discovered. The consumption of sweets during the festival originated from the pagan religion. However, when Ishtar Sunday started to be observed by the pagans, they would bake buns with a cross on them. It all comes from worshiping Baal, the sun god, also known as Nimrod. The priests, and again, many other names. The priests of Baal would celebrate by killing children and using their blood to paint on eggs. Okay, I'm going to go, I think it's a good time to look into Google briefly. Okay, let's take a look at this. Easter, Ishtar. Okay, Easter was originally the celebration of Ishtar, the Assyrians and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. Her symbols, like the eggs and the bunny, were and still are fertility and sex symbols. Or did you actually think eggs and bunnies had anything to do with the resurrection? After Constantine, that's the Roman Emperor Constantine that was over Jerusalem, decided to Christianize the empire, Easter was changed to represent Jesus. But at its roots, Easter, which is how you pronounce Ishtar, is all about celebrating fertility and sex. Let's look at one more thing. Let me move. Here, simple Google search. Some historians believe Easter eggs came from Anglo-Saxon festivals in the spring to celebrate pagan goddess Eostre. Okay, that's the spelling. The goddess who may be the namesake of Easter, represented the dawn in spring, and eggs were buried and eaten during the festival. Okay, see, has nothing to do with what you think. Welcome to the awakening.